I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Thomas, good.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
And it's blocked.
I mean, I could trade Crowder for Anthony. So I love it. Anthony.
I think I have rockets in my ears.
You know how good that man is? I know him.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. And it's Anthony with the
I need to see. They have any basketball in Massachusetts
throw down to get a team going.
And Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
If the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
Takes out
Here's Roten, following the three-pointer by Boston. The pass to Vujacic. Here's Porzingis. And again, New York with the triple.
What are you going to do defensively?
Does
Such separation
Boston
with the height
have any
advantage in that
doctors that
matchup.
actually takes out
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Boston.
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
Another thing they've been able to really get going so far tonight has been the three ball, the long-range shooting. They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the
They
interior.
actually do.
Back to Thomas. Fires the three. It's deflected.
I'm not going to believe it, but they actually do have
Another shot and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. And now let's highlight the highest scoring teams in the NBA.
I mean, it's an exciting brand of basketball that they're playing. They've got such deadly weapons. Teams have had a heck of a time trying to slow them down.
Wait a minute,
Boston shooting their
I'm
fourth and
wait
fifth
a
attempts at the
minute.
free throw line tonight. And watching Amir Johnson-Clark, he
Hey, did you
seems so
ever
casual, but
knew,
silently destroying
Route
opponents in the paint. He's
9?
carried that air about him almost his entire career.
You know what? He's rarely had plays called for him, Kevin.
Did
He
you
doesn't
ever
produce a bunch of
knew
highlights, but
Route
he's
9
really
had a
potent. I mean, one of the league's
doctor's
best
office?
at defending opponents at the rim, grabbing in-traffic rebounds. Both are valuable assets.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Boston leading by 12. Here's Irving.
The building number
Good, and the
is
assist
30.
goes to Thomas.
29
points for Kyrie Irving.
They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
Minnesota goes on Isaiah Thomas. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And now
the number
in the penalty.
The next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
BOYLSTON.
He hit a three in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter. That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
Well, Irving has simply been great. He's got 30 points, and he's unleashed a barrage of three-pointers on him.
And, Clark, you can tell they're good right now when the ball leaves his hand. He has racked up a ton of points.
The Knicks making a switch here. Servin's checked in. Vujacic's shot is off.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
In the corner, it's Roten for the three. There's the bucket. Good. Roten's got 19 points.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would have the lead. And guys, Porzingis was almost a rookie last season, but he opted to pull out of the early entry and wait a year for this past summer's draft. Seems to have worked out for him as far as how his draft stock has changed.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Zeller, for Crowder, and it's Isaiah Cannon in for Thomas. Here's Roten after the basket by Boston. And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession.
I want to get Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony, he's so good. Number 7. He's like looking good. He's one of my favorite players. I was going to get him.
And so here is New York. Nice shot by Vujacic. Greg, you're right with Porzingis. It made sense for him to wait one more year. Clark has a lot to learn, but still comes over, as a much talked about player, a much better player than had he declared last season.
I agree with you, yet he'll still need time to develop, but all the ingredients are there. He's got a chance to be a really good player.
Yeah, the Latvian had a great shot for his height, and he'll be an interesting stretch for in the NBA.
Good call.
And it's the Knicks with the ball. After the basket by Boston. Count that one. That's 12 points for Carmelo Anthony.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Roten with it. He's picked up by Irving. Seraphin can't get it to go. And it's Boston the other way. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And believe it or not, it wasn't the stars that led the charge for them in that win. It was about the role players. I mean, the guys who they don't usually count on for the lion's share of their points came through.
Guys, simply a complete team performance, and road wins where everybody contributes really can galvanize a team and bring it together.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And high-quality numbers for him all season long. How about 81 from the line?
You know, he's been one of those players they've wanted on the line as much as possible this season, especially in close games, guys.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Porzingis, and it's Lance Thomas in for Anthony. Boston also with the sub. Crowder, he's checked in for Johnson.
And as they continue to just dominate this game, you have to wonder, how much can they win by?
Well, it's on the verge of getting out of hand, Greg. You can feel it, you can see it, in part because the defense has been about as good as the offense, and both have been really good.
Here's Roten following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Vujicic the pass to Roten. Outside Thomas. For the layup. Boston leading by 15. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession.
In a moment now to check out the numbers for Seraphin. His last 10 games, he's averaging 6 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
He certainly knows his role, and he gives you some good minutes. That's really all you can expect from him at this point.
Williams, he's checked in for Kevin Seraphin.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
They're all about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks that Coach drew on.
Knicks trail by 15. There's a good screen. Roten dishes to O'Quinn. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. O'Quinn's got 5 now.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Ball's knocked loose. Here's Roten. And Boston with the rebound.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in control of this game.
And no doubt about it, rebounding is an effort stat, folks. They've been more determined than their opponent thus far.
Here's Roten after the basket by Boston. The feed now to O'Quinn. Got a piece of it. Now, here is Irving. He has 35, and he goes in for the dunk.
And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
That's how you drive your point home.
I tell you what, he's lucky on that one that he got away with maybe not picking up the tee.
No, there's a yellow sign, and it's not a worker.
Now, here's Roten. He's covered by Irving. Here's Williams. An easy layup coming off the pit. Williams has got 8.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
This one I don't
dishes it to Olynyk. Puts one up from 19. And it's blocked by O'Quinn. Moving it up. That's good from Roten on the assist by Vujicic. And that's 21 points for Roten.
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim unabated in stride.
Probably a goal.
Goes up on the wing, and Cannon gets it to go.
Well, it has
And Boston leads by 17.
Wow, got that one right in the face of the big fella.
I don't even know what.
Yeah, and the mid-range shot really the only option in that situation.
Because I have a hat on.
You can't get it all the way to the rim.
And they are attacking.
Let me see. What does it say? Oh, what does it look like? Let me see.
I don't know.
Sheep.
Doesn't look like
It's
it.
the ears.
No, it looks like a hat.
No, it's a sheep. Trust me.
I don't even see it. We don't even see it. Yeah, but we don't even have signs around.
They're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last
Not even us. Maybe you and me
Turn
should start
around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
And that one's good. Roten.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
To the middle. Here's Irving. And the layup is good.
Yeah, it was even a sign saying
Irving's got 4
points for Irving.
it
Fellas, in
was
this quarter, he's improved on what was already a very good performance in period
and
number.
I'm like, and some of those words were saying like in almost. I'm like,
Now Boston takes it
we
the other
don't even
way.
have the
You got to
almost.
give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
Now here's Thomas. 6 points for him.
I could probably leave him in the game.
From the baseline. That's good on the jump shot. And that's now 27 points for Roten.
This quarter has brought out the best in them, fellas. Even though they're still trailing, he's been impossible to contain.
And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession.
Man, I don't know what happened right there. He just basically walked out of bounds.
And the Knicks making a change here. Lopez is checked in.
Now this
Knicks
one
trail by
says
15.
wait,
Roten kicks to Williams.
Stay 400 feet.
Stolen by Smart.
A15.
Here's Turner.
B29.
Rebound by Williams.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
Come on, you got this. Come on. You gotta throw it big. Oh, you gotta throw it hard down the court.
And so we conclude the first half.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille. What a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He went on an historic scoring. Just about time for the third quarter to get underway, and we'll see you.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
How about a double-double already? I mean, this is the sort of energy performance that just energizes your entire team.
He has impacted the game in a bunch of different ways. Really going to be hard to slow him down now. I tell you what, this has been fun to watch.
Second half underway. Here's who Brad Stevens got on the floor. We got Jay Crowder. Jared Sullinger is out there with Taj Gibson. Then there's Irving. And it's Cannon at the two-guard spot.
Don't know, to be honest. What the hell, man?
New York on D. Down by 15. Shots good by Gibson.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
Roten, the pass to Carmelo. Got a hand on it. And Gibson, here we go.
Showcasing his skills with that slam.
He knows how to put the exclamation point on those, doesn't he? Man, oh man.
Does he ever?
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. And watching Jake Crowder, he can really beast you up, Greg, and take you out of your game. One of the most physical wings, I think, in the NBA.
And not the most flexible athlete, but he makes up for that with that strength that you mentioned. It allows him to control the pace. I mean, he's a bumper and a grinder and hitting a big three out of nowhere. So he's what we call a true gamer.
You know, looking at Jay Crowder, he got traded from Dallas to Boston in the Rondo deal last season. Nobody expected all that much from him. All he did was go out and become one of the most valuable players on that team.
And both free throws good from Crowder.
You know, when you talk about Jay Crowder, there are those that you win because of, and then there are guys like him that you win with. I mean, the guy who's going to take the charge, commit the hard foul, do what others won't, really shows the heart of a champion.
And there's the foul on Jay Crowder. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
He just picked up his 4th personal foul, and now he's got some foul trouble hanging over his head, guys.
Mickey's checked in for Boston.
Okay, well, that's even more better.
Guarded close. Shot clock at 6. It's stolen by Sullinger. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Mickey. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
And scoring at will, starting to pull away here.
Certainly this one's threatening to get out of hand, and soon, partner.
Lopez a screen.
8, 9, 10.
Now here's Roden, covered by Irving. Shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for 2.
He has definitely shown up to play. He's done his part, really just trying to battle his team back into it.
Wasted no time on that one. Irving's got 43 points.
He's doing it all for them right now on the offensive side. No matter what the defense has done, they haven't been able to find an answer to stop him, and he's had an answer for every defense he's seen.
Oh, and the jam by Sullinger.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout, just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that can't continue. They hope to get back in
wow,
this game.
only got 18 out of this
from a
one.
morale standpoint, they need stops and points,
Now,
not
collect
turnovers.
ones.
Here's Irving after the made shot from Carmelo Anthony. And that one's good. 46 points for Kyrie Irving.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
You're exactly right. I mean, those come back to bite you every time, just like it's biting them now.
New York calls timeout. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
How about the rhythm they got into offensively there? That no doubt in my mind what the result was going to be once they started to click.
Really impressive, partner, because they simply put it on cruise control.
So Boston going with almost an entire new group. Zeller, he's checked in for Jared Sullinger. Urebko comes in for Taj Gibson. Turner's checked in for Cannon. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Kyrie Irving. Here's Vujicic. 22 points for him. And pushing it up, here's Boston.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball from them.
That's good. Porzingis has got 8. Boston's gone 2-2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Zeller, and there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And you talk about huge single-game scoring performances like we're watching here tonight. Going back, only one player, think of this, only one player in NBA history to go triple digits, and that's the Big Dipper, Wilt Chamberlain, on March 2nd, 1962.
Truly an iconic record. I mean, 100 points. I mean, it's hard to wrap your mind around, but Wilt was a man among boys, a player who changed the way an entire sport was played. Truly a revolutionary.
Took the safe route there.
Oh, wow.
The most.
That's a beautiful jam. That's not as easy as he made it look, guys. You've got to have some skills to pull that baby off.
Well, he's got plenty of those skills necessary.
You know what? That man can climb a ladder.
Here's Urebko, and again, Boston with the triple.
Man, they came out smoking here from beyond.
And, Greg, as hot as they are from out there, absolutely no reason at all not to just keep letting them fly.
Now, here's Roden. He's got 31. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
just so fast. I mean, it's like trying to stop a train when he's coming in for the slam.
He dishes it to Carmelo. Pass to Vujacic. Roten with it. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches who used to say, that ain't going to get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now. Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Kevin Seraphin, he's checked in for New York. Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Porzingis. Here's Mickey, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
Big time finish, emphatic.
He hangs on the rim, too, just for good measure.
Yeah, but guys, nothing wrong with a little bit of showboating every now and then.
Offensive rebound. And it's Anthony with the jam.
And doing some dirty work on the offensive glass.
And then follows it up, Greg, with heavy-duty jam on his mind with a terrific putback.
Got a pigeon on that one. Easy money right there, fellas. Going old school on you young fellas. Look that up, pigeon.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
And right before Carmelo went down with the injury last season, it seemed like he had added the fadeaway to his game, molded a little bit after Dirk Nowitzki.
25.
Some changes for Boston. Kelly Olynyk checked in for Zeller. Isaiah Cannon comes in, and Irving subbed in for Isaiah Thomas.
Whoa.
Boston leading by 22. Carmelo's reasoning was that he had been burned enough by Dirk's fadeaway, he had to adapt.
That's a great fadeaway to borrow from, for sure. I mean, Melo already has a mid-range game, terrific mid-range game, and this shot makes that even deadlier.
And here is Roten following the three-pointer by Kyrie Irving. Snatched up. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession. Well, traditionally, many of the great free throw shooters have come from the point guard ranks. Here are the ones leading the league this year. 5th on the list, Kyrie Irving.
They are as reliable at the free throw line as you're going to find in this league. And that's something we've come to expect from the point guard position.
Yeah, typically you're going to find your best free throw shooters at that point guard spot. But it doesn't happen automatically. I mean, these fellas are consistently working and practicing to keep that percentage as high as it is.
Deep 2 from Anthony, and it's good. He's made 2 for every one he's missed. 10 of 15 in the contest.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
And a wide open look for Irving. And again, Boston with the triple.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
7, 8.
They set the screen. Roten dishes to O'Quinn. Anthony. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Anthony's got 10 points here in the second half.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
And the dunk by Olynyk.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Now here's Anthony. 22 points for him, and the Knicks getting another bucket right there. And Boston has possession. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Shots good by Turner.
7.
New York's gotten all but one of the three-pointers to go down in this game. They've gone 7 of 8 so far. Roten kicks to Anthony. And there's the foul. It goes on Evan Turner. That's foul number 2 for him. So for the Knicks, Derek Williams comes in for Kevin Seraphin. And it's Lance Thomas in for Sasha Vujacic.
Derek Williams.
Thomas goes in, and the Knicks getting another bucket right there.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
And what's gotten into him today? Yeah, this is getting ridiculous.
Roten, the pass to Thomas. Feeds to Anthony. 17-foot shot on the way.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play. Boston making a switch here. Crowder's checked in. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Boston.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
They have, but you also can't overlook how well they've defended the rim. As they challenged every shot, also gotten quite a few blocks as well. And really, he's just done a great job of finding the open man every trip down.
Boy, it sure has seemed as though he's done it every time. It's been an awesome display of passing for him today. Looking at the game for Crowder, he's got 19 points and a pair of blocks to go along with those.
And he's been standing tall when they've needed it.
That's good. And so it's Boston with it. He kicks it to Irving. Puts up a three. And again, Boston with the triple.
This switch has definitely been flipped to on this quarter, guys.
Pass to Carmelo. Lets it fly. And the Knicks getting another bucket right there.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Irving with it. Williams picks him up. Irving, good.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
The Knicks shooting a scorching 68% in the game. Roten dishes to Williams. Yes, once again, he remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
Well, he's done his part. No doubt about it. Still yet to miss in the game.
And he gets the bucket. And that's now 6 points for Kelly Olynyk.
I love the killer instinct he shows right there, exploding to the rim to add to the lead.
And the jam by Derek Williams.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish. And that's really the change in our game.
I love you guys. You're like my favorite ever in the wide world.
Guards that can throw it down.
Well, you've talked about that. That's a dose of the modern NBA, Greg. That kind of
area
ability isn't limited now to just the front court anymore.
That's exactly right.
You know, I look at it this way, guys. It seems to me there are more high flyers at guard than anywhere else in the league these days.
And you guys, he was once considered a tweener. But now I think Derek Williams has kind of settled in to that 4 position. Seems to be the best position fit for him at this stage of his career.
Last year, Williams did find a nice niche playing the 4. Still, his minutes and numbers, Clark, remain low.
Well, it's unfair because he was drafted so high, top 5 when he came out, and I don't think he'll ever live up to that draft position. The highlight dunks are great, but he's got to find other ways to continue to grow. They're not as aggressive from the outside here, but maybe they should think about stretching the defense a little bit, like they did in the first half. I mean, stretching the defense makes it easier to score inside, too.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
Taj Gibson's checked in for your Redco.
When they're done.
It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Williams with the block. Outside Thomas. That's good from Roten on the assist by Thomas. Thomas got 3 assists now in this one.
Guys, that time he went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
The wide open look here for Anthony. Misses the wing J.
Man, that is a missed opportunity right there.
And he'll be the first to tell you, Greg, that's one he should have knocked down.
And that one's good. 64 points for Kyrie Irving.
just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
Williams, a screen on Irving, and Gibson over to help. Lets it go from the wing, and Boston with the rebound.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
And Thomas, here we go. Irving against Anthony.
And
he jams it with authority.
Solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, finished hard with two hands on the stuff.
Yeah, nothing extravagant, guys, but again, no need on that one.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a 1. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. Nick shooting the lights out in this building, 68% from the field. Kevin Seraphin is out there with Amundsen. Then there's Grant, and it's Galloway in at the shooting guard. That's the 5 for New York right now. Thomas kicks to Crowder. That's good, and it's Thomas picking up the assist. Thomas got assist number 7 for him tonight.
And that's exactly how they've gotten the lead right here. Easily, he's been their most consistent performer.
As simple as it gets. He's hitting everything he's looked at. Keep feeding the fire.
Fast break opportunities do not get any easier than that one off the steal.
Exactly. The defense really no chance to get back.
Here's Amundsen. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
1 minute now into this fourth quarter. That's good.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
And there are the Knicks with another bucket.
And just solid play out of them that time.
For Boston, they've gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll from 12 feet out. And again, it's Boston converting.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Well, we all know that #1 overall picks are incredibly valuable. I mean, they can change the course and face of an entire franchise. Last season, the playoffs were full of teams that featured #1 overall picks.
Grant gets a wide open look. No good on the triple.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I'm about as shocked as you are, Clark.
Zeller. And again, it's Boston converting.
I tell you what, fellas, we're seeing some really good ball movement out there.
Definitely. 10 of their last 12 points have come off assists.
And guys, teams with the #1 overall pick tend to go very deep in the playoffs. Just the nature of how the NBA lottery and rebuilding structure works.
Yeah, and in the playoffs last season, every team in the conference semis but one had a #1 overall pick on their roster. So that one team was the Grizzlies. And the double clutch layup in that situation, that's just him playing to the crowd, guys.
So Boston ends up going with the new group. That free throw good from Galloway. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Smart with the ball. Working on Grant. And he gets it to go. And it's 6 points for Jared Sullinger.
Well, I think he shot the ball well, guys, but I don't think he shot it enough. The more shots he gets from here on out, the more they'll stretch out this lead.
Now, here's Grant. Kicks to early. Lets it go from deep. And he gets the bucket.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
For Boston, they've gotten absolutely red hot shooting the ball here in the fourth. A perfect 6 for 6. And he gets it to go.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But boy, that was a nice job. Boy, a big gap between these teams as far as fast break points are concerned.
Yeah, and some teams play a slower tempo, but defensively you have to commit to sprinting back in transition and denying those runouts.
Now, here's Grant.
Close.
Galloway kicks to Early. Down low. Cannon with the rebound.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Here's Grant. Marcus Smart picking up that last basket. Grant kicks to Seraphin. And that one goes in as he is fouled. With 3 points and he converts at the line.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
Yeah, great concentration there, Greg. Hung in there. He didn't let that contact throw him off at all. Stayed focused on the rim. Knew he was going to get hit. And still was able to finish. I'm not sure how I like this one. He used the rim to get some true hang time there.
No, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff.
Okay, I'll buy that for now.
A good old-fashioned chin check right there.
Now here's Seraphin. And that one's good.
You know, something that's floating around in the sports world and in the NBA is reseeding after the playoffs start. And for those of you who may not understand the situation, it's simply saying that no matter what, you would play the lower seeded team, however you get to those numbers.
Knocked away. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
This is crazy. Every shot they're taking right now is finding the mark.
Literally every shot, partner. I mean, they just aren't missing. They're going to have to play really smart on defense now and defend without fouling because they're over the limit.
No good on the free throw. Some changes for Boston. Tyler Zeller comes in for Sullinger. And Yarebko is subbed in for Mickey. Good on the second free throw. Now Yarebko. And Cleanthony Early picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
One made three for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Grant outside. And he's good on the 3-ball. And Boston has possession. Zeller passes to Cannon. This one for 3. Up and in. That's his 10th make in the contest. He has only taken 13 shots.
This guy will really make you pay if you leave him enough room outside.
Grant kicks to Galloway. Pass to Early. Here's the 3. That's good, and so Galloway with the assist. Early's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for the Knicks. Here's Smart. There's the dish to Turner. Inside. Nice shot by Smart.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
And the foul on Marcus Smart. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2.
I don't care that people, I don't care that girls are from New York, I don't care that you're from MCs, I don't care.
All right, now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shot.
Oh! Oh! Well, here goes my game.
You know, one thing we saw a lot of last season during the playoffs was the hack-a-shack plan, pretty much purposely fouling a poor free throw shooter. A lot of different opinions on it, and it wasn't fun to watch for the viewers, but many feel it's a legitimate part of the game if it works.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Jake Crowder's jacked in for Turner. Kyrie Irving comes in for Isaiah Cannon, and it's Isaiah Thomas in for Smart. And so it's New York after the basket by Boston. Amundsen, good. The hack-a-shack or the hack-a-Jordan or the hack-a-whatever being the focus of the playoffs last season. We saw it up close and personal. It opened up a debate, Greg, on whether or not it should be allowed. What do you think?
It's a touchy subject. I remember last spring, I should say, the commissioner touched upon it. One of the concerns is, do you want to change a rule for an entire league when it basically affects 2 players. And so it's something that you got to be sensitive to. But to your point, the fans don't want to see that ugly style of basketball.
It's boring. It slows the game down. Outer dishes to Thomas. And it's good. Walk through contact. It's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
And you can see now they're starting to push the tempo to good effect.
Fast break points, the edge goes to them, and those quick buckets are easy money. I love to see that.
And Isaiah Thomas, traded last season from Phoenix over to Boston, seemed to be a matter of fit and not production as to why they moved him.
Now here's Seraphin. Here's Grant, and that one's good. Grant's got 8 here in the quarter.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
And on the way from Irving for 3. And again, Boston with the triple. Like you were talking about Isaiah Thomas. He had no love lost for the Suns in their first meeting. He took them apart, Clark, on the floor. Remember that game? Stared them down as he was hitting shots. Looked at that bench. Man, he had a big chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, and you know, most guys that are a little undersized and have battled doubters all their careers bring that kind of edge anyway. You throw in the fact that he was disappointed how the trade unfolded. He was amped up and ready for that return visit.
Here's Galloway after the basket by Boston. They double him with Irving. Here's Amundsen. That's good, and so Galloway with the assist.
And he's caught fire this quarter yet to miss a shot.
It's stolen by Early. Here's Galloway. He's covered by Irving. Here's Amundsen. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Seraphin the pass to Grant.
Why do I need a pass?
And stolen by Irving. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And a great job of taking advantage of the steal there to get those easy ones in transition.
You know, that's exactly how you draw it up, Greg, on the board. I mean, good defensive work, aggressive play in the open court. Those 2 things are hand in glove when they work together.
Yorepko takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Here's Grant. Hits the three-point bomb.
That's what I call a captivating move there. He absolutely incinerated the D with that one.
Outside Irving. Here's Yorepko. It's good for his 8th consecutive basket in only 8 tries.
It's really been a tale of 2 halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
Here's Galloway. Kicks.
What destiny do you work in?
What do I do?
You can skip it.
To Seraphin.
What do I do? What do I put?
Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
Not sure how he gets that pass off. I thought for sure he was going to pull the trigger.
Boston's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the 4th. Irving kicks to Yorepko. And the dunk to finish it off. Beauty.
Well, I tell you, he squeezed that orange as tight as he could before that throwdown.
Yeah, no way he was going to lose that thing on the way up. You're right, Clark.
And better safe than sorry on that one, guys. And, guys, something new for the NBA is the HGH testing that's been put in place. It's something the league hasn't had too many issues with or even accusations, but better to stamp it out early. And hard to argue that it should be in place.
Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for the Knicks. Thomas comes in for Cleanthony Early. Mickey's checked in for Boston. Johnson comes in for Jay Crowder.
How do you spell with
on its way from Irving for 2, and it's Boston with another. And with the HGH test, it's done in every major sport. Seems like the right thing to do for the NBA. Just make sure everyone is on a level playing field, so to speak.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I think the punishment will be fair. The first positive gets you a 20-game ban. The second one, 45. Whoa. That'll wake you up.
Is he an athlete or what?
No doubt about it. It's almost as if he lives in the air, and dunks like that have become quite commonplace.
Inside, here's Seraphin.
Oh, come on, man.
Seraphin's got 9 points in the second half. Seraphin's gone 67% from the field, 4 of 6. And it's Johnson with the jam.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
There's 1:54 left here in the fourth quarter.
I'm waiting him to fucking pay it.
Galloway, the pass to Thomas.
These fucking motherfucking ass. I can't even fucking
Grant
get
outside.
Everything
That's
has
good.
to do with
That's
the
Thomas
mother
picking up the assist.
fucking play.
Thomas got 4 assists in the game.
You know, when he gets rolling, guys, he can be an absolute handful to have to deal with. And right now, he is rolling strong.
And it's Boston with another.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's
And you're
obvious
dating
to
out
everyone
without
watching.
paying
Just
to
a
talk to
total
people.
mismatch and a true show of strength for Boston.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the boards.
Yeah, but they did a better job tonight. They made the most of the extra rebounds, too.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
And continued dominance against this team, winning both of their matchups this season.
And, you know, against a conference opponent, Greg, who you're going to see 4 times total on the season, 2-0 advantage is pretty healthy.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Irving. Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised. Well, with Steve Kerr and Jason Kidd both coming with no coaching experience over the last few seasons and also having success, I don't know, guys. Maybe we should throw our hat in the ring. But pretty impressive stuff.
That's not for me to do. I've already determined. Oh, no. Bad time to slip up there, Kevin. They got to stay focused.
And taking a technical there is the last thing you want to do.
I don't even know.
Opposite of smart basketball.
You know, you look at the coaching success for both Jason Kidd and Steve Kerr, both with long playing careers, championship experience on their resumes. Steve, in fact, Clark even had some time in the front office with Phoenix.
And don't forget about his broadcasting career either, Kevin. I mean, I think in both cases, though, you look at these two guys, they were able to come in and have immediate credibility with their teams, and their playing experience part of their preparation for being coaches.
Yeah, that's a bad move there. Stops the clock and puts the other side on the line.
Yeah, inexcusable. I mean, he's got to know not to take any chances there. That's just a terrible foul.
He hits the second from the line.
Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
Urepko dishes to Johnson. Got that one up.
Just look at how quickly the lead has grown here over the last few possessions.
Clear case here, partner, of saving their best for last. Quite a run.
There's a whistle, and it goes on Isaiah Thomas. That'll be foul number 5 on him, and to the bonus will be headed to the free throw. So Boston going with almost an entire new group here. Zeller, he's checked in for Mickey. Turner comes in for Johnson. Cannon, he's checked in for Irving. And Smart subbed in for Thomas.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
And so, Smart nails both of them. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
How do you spell January?
And here is Grant, stolen by Smart. Here's Turner. Can't throw it down with one hand.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in close.
First one falls for him.
Kevin Seraphin at the line for 2.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. 9 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here's Zeller.
Foul call. That's his first personal foul.
And that one falls for Zeller.
Tyler Zeller. Taking 2 shots.
And so Zeller nails both of them. Here's Grant. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really...
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Fucking floaters up a goddamn.
Hey y'all, Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome back. Kyrie Irving, an absolutely astounding and historic night for him here in this game. He was simply unstoppable in what can only be described as... And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew.
Oh my god, what the fucking hell? Why? I can't. This is really... Oh my god.
What? What do you want me to do? Oh, you're annoying.
No, because I need to sign up for this. You can't do more or 16 or more. Come on, do my Verizon one. Okay. What? What's going on? Ricardo, what's going on? Really not first time. Do another one. What?
I don't know why it's not letting me escape.
But do I already have one? I actually may actually have one for what is
I'm still gonna try it though. Division, first place. Get the half games out. Okay. Second in the conference. We moved up to second. If we win again, we might go ahead of them. Maybe.
Oh, I can't do that one.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm here with Shaq and the Jet.
David's back.
What the fuck is going on?
At power forward, LaVoy Allen. At center, Miles Turner. Starting at small forward, standing 6'8", number 20, Gordon Hayward. At point guard, at 6'3", number 12, Kyrie Irving. Man in the middle, at 7'0", number 41, Kelly Olynyk. At the other forward position, at 6'9", number 13, Taj Gibson.
Welcome aboard, everybody. This is Wednesday Night Basketball of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony with Doris Burke reporting on the sidelines. Well, it was the Indiana Pacers in their last game, a loss to Phoenix. You know, guys, you hate to get embarrassed on your home court, but that's exactly what happened. It was a tough loss for them.
And I know that's a game they'd like to forget. Sort of a tough day for them all the way around.
I don't see any reason they won't be able to rebound from it quickly, though. Quite honestly, I think this is a resilient squad, and they'll bounce back quickly.
Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Paul George is out there with Allen. Then there's Ellis. Then it's George Hill, and it's Turner in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Kyrie Irving made his first playoff appearance last season with the Cavs, and individually got a big $90 million max extension as well. He's in a really... good spot in his career at this point.
Tipped away. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But boy, that was a nice job.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Here's Gibson, and it's Boston with another.
Off to a nice start here. They've hit all three from the field.
Last game for Boston, they picked up the W against New York.
And Kevin, you know, they showed how important it is to have a strong bench. I mean, when you are on the road, that depth is vital. I think they really utilized the second unit to extend their offensive assault and just really wore down their opponent.
And guys, I think what you saw from them throughout the game was teamwork. This is a team. regardless of who was out there on the floor at any given time, they got it done. And that has to make you feel good as a group.
And here is Hill after Gordon Hayward hitting the three. Ellis goes in. It's back to Hill. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
And Turner with the block. Outside Hill. Feeds it to George. And the foul goes on Isaiah Cannon. That's his first foul. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. And let's look now at which teams have been the hottest offensively for the past 10 games.
Well, this is only a trend over a few games out of a very, very long season. But the coach has got to be pleased that his team has been able to score big with some consistency. 4 straight makes out of the gate. That's a sweet start.
To the paint. It's stolen by Allen. Ellis kicks to Hill. That is good. Hill's got 5 now.
That's really the area where they like all of their shots to come from.
Here's Irving, and Allen with the block. Outside Hill. Poke loose. And now Irving pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Finished off the break. Irving's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. The Pacers have got all 5 of their shots to go down in the first quarter. Terrific start. It's Allen with the drive, the dunk, and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. That one on Olynyk.
Superb playmaking from Monte Ellis. That dish was right on time.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Tyler Zeller's checked in for Olynyk. Jerebko comes in for Taj Gibson. Crowder, he's checked in for Gordon Hayward. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Cannon. And George kicks to Turner. That's good.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Boston trails by 4. Here's Crowder, and that one is stuffed right through.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop chop there with that one-hand tomahawk slam?
And George, here we go. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And that's not nearly the kind of defense that's going to prevent a player of his ability from scoring.
And that one's good, Irving.
It's like everybody is in a rhythm right now. Incredible stuff here early on.
Both teams playing downhill. You know, coaches say that all the time. You want to play downhill. Well, at some point you think somebody's got to cool off in this one, right?
And here is Ellis following the three-pointer by Kyrie Irving.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the quality of that three-point shot attempt right there, going at it the way they did, but it all worked out for him.
Good on the shot. Thomas got his first points of the game.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Crowder with the steal. And pushing it up, here's Boston. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
And that almost feels like 2 buckets coming off the steal like it did.
And especially the fact that it now ties the game. The lead was about to be stretched out, and instead, it's back in.
That is up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
And really, basketball is about rhythm, and that allows your offense to flow better. Now let's see if they can build on it and keep this lead.
Shots good by Turner.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
Now a chance to see the numbers for George. His last 10 games have been exceptional. 3rd in scoring, 12th in steals, and he's among the top 15 in rebounding. Just a powerful presence in the paint.
You know, to do what he does, you have to have that scorer's mentality. I mean, he knows he's the go-to guy, and everybody else knows it too.
Boston making some changes. Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Tyler Zeller. Hayward comes in for Jay Crowder. And it's Isaiah Cannon in for Thomas.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Shot's good by Turner.
And a big height advantage right there.
You know, it's tough to bring a big man that far away from the goal, but that might be a mismatch they're willing to live with.
And he gets it to go. And that's now 7 points for Hill. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Pacers.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
You know, another thing they've done well, guys, this first half is challenge shooters and change shots. A bunch of block shots early.
Irving's shot is good.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game. Kyrie Irving may be the best ball handler in the league. There are a lot of guys with a good handle. He is definitely in the top 5. If not, he's got to be in the conversation.
And arguably the most talented player at his position. I mean, he can get wherever he wants to on the court. He's athletic, an unbelievable finisher as well. I think that's something that oftentimes gets underrated. Maybe the best finisher in the game.
Agreed. Boston making some changes. Zeller, he's checked in for Kelly Olynyk. Johnson comes in for Jerebko. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for Isaiah Cannon. And Indiana with a change here, too. Hill.
And he had more than enough room there for one of those trademark slams that he's become noted for.
And Greg, I think once he got that space, you just knew it was going to happen.
So did the defense.
Yeah, that's right.
And I tell you what, he does not squander those chances. I mean, he's always going to punch it home with that kind of chance.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
Smart. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 3 assists tonight.
And back and forth we go. That bucket gives us another lead change.
Too many of those to count. These teams have matched each other shot for shot, play for play. It has been impressive.
And he gets the bucket. Markey talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition of that.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, not even through the first half, and it's been one heck of a battle.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes.
He's made all but 1 shot so far, 6 makes. Not too bad there.
12-13.
Here's George. He jams it right over Amir Johnson. Wow. Nasty. Absolutely filthy.
And the building is stunned, partner. He dug deep into his bag.
I tell you what, I hope he keeps that one handy. I want to see that one again. How about battling through the impact there and then wheeling that basketball in?
Boy, it does your heart good to see that kind of determination in a play. Really excellent focus that time.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Turner. Stuckey comes in for Ellis. And Ty Lawson subbed in for Hill.
Yeah, he went for a little extra on that one.
Well, he usually doesn't finish soft, obviously. You know, he can when necessary, sure, but not that time.
Not when you can throw it down like that.
Yes, sir. I tell you what, fellas, we're seeing some really good ball movement out there.
Definitely. 10 of their last 12 points have come off assists.
And there's the call on Gordon Hayward. That is his first foul of the game. George against Hayward. It's stolen by Johnson.
Well, that was a superb read defensively. He jumped right into the passing lane the instant the ball left the passer's hand.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Here's Smart. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. Smart's got 5 now.
Just so many lead changes. Nobody's held an advantage for long.
Well, the runs have just been traded back and forth all game long. Man, I'm enjoying this.
And that's the kind of move that will always pay off, even against tight defense like he was facing on that possession.
You know, Clark, the one thing you can say about Ty Lawson is his awareness around the floor. He's just ubiquitous, and his court vision is incredible.
Excellent peripheral vision. He averaged almost 10 assists a game last season. That's the best year of his career thus far.
Mickey's checked in for Boston. Isaiah Cannon comes in for Marcus Smart. And Boston has possession. Hayward on the wing, defended by George. Irving for three. Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts. He is a scorching 86%.
And for Ty Lawson, playmaking isn't a concern. He's got that. His shooting accuracy, though, seems to drop every year. In fact, the last 2 years have been the worst of his career.
And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for Boston.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how thick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnovers.
Yeah, you know, going back to Lawson's declining shooting percentage, really no apparent reason for it. Last year, he launched the fewest threes in his past 4 seasons, but he still couldn't find the rhythm, and it really hurt his team down the stretch.
Taj Gibson.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
They better not. I mean, they've got to pad their lead anytime an opportunity presents itself, and that was a golden.
Hayward against George. And no good. The try spell continuing for him. Cannon kicks to Irving. And another basket for Boston.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
They get the rebound. And Gibson sends it back. On its way from Hayward for 2. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. And it's an 11-point Boston lead.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
He's been absolutely on fire from outside. They got to get into his jersey, get up into him, force him to pass or drive.
Isaiah Thomas, he's checked in for Isaiah Cannon. Stuckey into the lane. Count that one. Stuckey's got his first bucket in this one.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish. You couldn't have dreamed of a much better start here than they've had today.
I think the offensive game plan they came in with was right on point. It's worked perfectly, and the lead they already have is proof in the pudding.
1:11 left in the first quarter. Poked away. And again, Boston running the court in transition. Fires, high post, and another basket for Boston.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possession.
Lawson kicks to George. In the corner, Stuckey with it. Lots of room. And that's good for 2. Stuckey's got his second basket of the night.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Thomas kicks to Irving. Fires from 14. That's good from Thomas on the assist by Irving. And Boston leads by 14.
Wow, got that one off right in the face of the big fella. Nice quick fire release.
Yeah, and the mid-range shot really the only option in that situation. Sometimes when you're facing a bigger guy, you can't get it all the way to the rim.
Such a strong finisher for a floor general.
He was up high, and he came down hard. Exquisitely done.
That's the uncanny ability he has, to find a teammate for an easy basket or get one himself.
For Indiana, they have shot just 1 free throw, missing that one earlier. And George drops them both. Outside, Gibson pulls up on the wing. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got his 9th assist in the game now.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
4 seconds left, and Hayward with the stuff.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout, just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that can't continue. I mean, if they hope to get back in this game, I mean, it's really...
Stop the video.